Good evening. I thought I'd pull a few cards for the collective again. As I already did a reading today, but I was just feeling this energy that just wanted to come out. They're just like such fast moving energies here as we approach Mercury retrograde, as we approach these portals and the full moon eclipse. It's heightening up as we get closer to that full moon. And these cards just wanted to come out. They were just itching to come out. So I pulled the King of Wands here with his beautiful salamander. Glorious here. Just shimmering. The Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful energy there on this card. I love it. And the Eight of Wands. And that's why I was speaking about Mercury retrograde. That card is speaking to me again. This card has been coming up quite a bit, actually. Um, this Mercury retrograde it's because of the eclipse portals and because of all the other transits going on, and because of just the collective and just the earth energies, and there's a bit of fast paced, slightly chaotic energy. It's like that's what this card is speaking of. Like, this Mercury retrograde is very important, with this whole thing with the moon and the eclipses, and it pinging off the north and south nodes. And it's just, this Mercury retrograde is very powerful. And I know that a lot of people are all doom and gloom about Mercury retrogrades, but there is this magical connection that you can make. And when we're in Gemini and with all of this energy, like, there's all these magical connections that are available to us. And we don't want to like fear all of those things that typically happen during a Mercury retrograde. I feel like with the eclipses, it's like there are certain people that are just being eclipsed out, and then there's other people coming forward that want to make the connections with you. And this came up this morning too. So this card is like, it's like being able to adapt quickly too. That energy has been coming up a lot. Being able to make these split second decisions. The fox symbolism has been coming up today, and fox is the sign for Gemini. And I've been getting the messages about the fox, like leading up to Gemini season. And the fox to me says, like, that fox is cunning. That fox can make that quick decision. That fox can adapt to any situation and move quickly in the direction that it needs to go. And the fox also connects with the moon and the dream space. And, there's a lot of interesting stuff about fox magic. And this card is like, it's this moment that it's like, it feels like we're in this sprint being pushed forward, like as these eclipse portals like kind of open up. And it's positive. It's a good thing. It's like your intuition is saying, act now, like do this thing, do the thing, like be the fox, and listen to your instincts, and react quickly. And it's like this flow of this quick energy is calling to you. It wants you to follow those heart pulls, follow those things that you're being called to do, follow those things that your intuition is telling you. And harness this beautiful like window and portal and door energy that's going on right now, and get that like sticky stuff off. It's like there's this, again, this came up the other day. It's like that key is stuck in the lock. It's like you're ready to turn. You're ready to turn. And this Mercury retrograde is like giving you these different connections, these different keys, these, don't hesitate. Don't, be able to move quickly, and, keep that momentum going, get in that mojo, get in that flow, and allow these things to come through quickly. Allow these these channels to open for you and these connections to be made with people. And you know, that's the magic of this Mercury retrograde. It's like the people that will be coming in are people that are meant to be here, and people that are not stuck to the old ways of doing things, stuck to the past, stuck to that heavy energy, you know. So be open to that. Be open to that, you know, that this good news that's coming in for you, these good messages, these good connections, these good channels and avenues and pathways that you can go down. These are all the different, there's like a lot of different trickles of energy that's kind of like going off in different little like spider webs to me, you know, and you can weave it in whatever way you want it to go right now. Like there's just such powerful energy for that. And that's where this King of Wands comes in too. And you know, he's got this salamander, and the salamander like is rising from the fire. Like he can't be burned. He is coming out of this you know, that heavier stuck energy. He's coming out. He's coming away from that place of like that impatient energy. Like this energy is fast moving, but it doesn't have to be impatient. It doesn't have to be explosive. It doesn't have to be like overly arrogant or ambitious, or it can be a beautiful, quick flowing, like a beautiful mountain river, a mountain stream, you know. And this call to leadership has been coming up too. It's like you are being called to dance into this energy of like leadership and passion, and you know, follow those connections, follow those things that your soul and your heart are pulling you towards, those things that you cannot deny. And it's like, unleash this fire that you have inside you, unleash this beautiful confidence that this king has, and this beautiful connection to his creativity and his passion and his heart and his ambitions that are worthy of you know, building this kind of empire of light, shining the light for other people, inspiring them, lighting a fire underneath, you know, yourself, taking control to inspire yourself. And by doing that, you're inspiring others too, you know. You're mapping out this big picture towards this North Node, this destiny, you know. And a lot of this moon energy too is like, it's this illumination of these passions, these fires that were surging underneath, and then how you can burn away all of that excess, all of that old, all of that past, and rise up with these new unfurling passions from within. That's absolutely beautiful. And then the Knight of Pentacles is here, like in the center here, with just the most amount of gold. This beautiful like shimmer, and this card's been coming up a lot too. It's like he is look at that beautiful tree, and again, it's all those little paths leading up to that beautiful tree of life, all those little paths, like I said before, all these wands, all these little spider webs that you can be weaving. And it's like through your hard work and you know, expanding out into different, you know, different ways of looking at things, different ways of building foundations, different ways of taking like extra care and you know, building this harvest that's going to be multiplying. And this is you like planting those seeds with your faith. Like, just the Knight of Pentacles, he kind of balances out, he grounds out that fiery energy, those Eight of Wands, those two fiery energies, that Sagittarius energy of the moon. Like, he's kind of grounding it out. He's taking things more slowly. And perhaps this is something that he's been working on this since the new moon. Like, he's been building, he's been, you know, this Aries season, some of this fire could have started then. And he's been slowly building. He's taking care of things. He's got this fierce like loyalty to those passions and to that heart. And he's very proud of the work that he's doing, and he's trustworthy, and he's like he's he's just moving diligently ahead towards that beautiful future and purpose. And it's like he's finding the joy in this progress too. Like he's got, to me, this says here, this is that beautiful full moon that's behind him. Like he finds the joy in the illumination of things, and you know, he's getting away from those colder energies. He doesn't take the shortcuts towards his destiny. He goes down all these little paths, and he sees, like this Eight of Wands too, it's like which works for him best. And he knows that there's these infinite ways in which he can expand upon his energy. And with that time, that trusting in that divine timing and taking his time, he's letting these seeds go. He's letting them, see which paths that they will want to take. He's following through on all these plans and all this promise that he has, and these dreams that the King of Wands has inspired in him. It's like you're following your hopes and your dreams, and you're not allowing them to stagnate with this Knight of Pentacles energy. He is the center, he is the focus, he is the grounded energy to ground down and to slowly work towards this future from all of this quick stuff that's coming in, and like taking a moment to step back and to see that big picture, and to weave all those little spider webs together, and look at that beautiful pattern that you've created right now, that you can only kind of see it just from like stepping back or rising above and looking at it from another angle too. This Knight of Pentacles is like, he's remembers to not become too overly focused on one way of doing things, and he's able to, again, with that energy of the fox, like adapt and be flexible, and maybe you make that quick hasty decision and you trust in your intuition, and then he's kind of helping you to do that like one step at a time. So it's quick, but at the same time it's like you're stopping and slowing down and appreciating the journey and looking at everything that's around you and kind of interweaving everything together, And I'm going to pull a crystal card to go with this reading, and then we shall be done. So much energy here. I think I might need to take a nap afterwards. It's lovely. It's just, ooh. So this card is like, it's speaking to me about your intuition too. And I almost forgot. Before we even get into the crystal card, I forgot to pull the underlying card on the tarot. All that energy. Two of Pentacles. That's absolutely gorgeous. And, there's this beautiful like purple here. Very, very spirituality based. This Two of Pentacles, even though it's like this earth card, and it goes with this Knight of Pentacles, like it's grounding, but it's, to me, it's like there's a spiritual element to the Two of Pentacles that it doesn't always come up, but it's like it's this duality balancing from Gemini season, like clearly, and it's like it's this balancing of your material life versus your spiritual life, and that's what it's telling you to prioritize that, to find this beautiful harmony between your day-to-day life, your working life, your mundane life, and your magical self and your higher self, and your connection with the divine and your intuition. And find that better balance. Make sure you're not investing too many resources in one area and letting the other suffer. Like, make sure that you're getting grounded and you're being responsible, and you're, this Labradorite, I pulled the Labradorite card. Oops, that's not it. and it talks about like responsibility and in your psychic development. And it's saying like be more open to that spiritual path. Think about those fears that are holding you back from getting into that unknown, and use that Mercury energy, that mind energy, to make sense of that, the processes of the higher mind and spirit, and how to like overcome those fears. And you know it's like it wants you to find this beautiful deeper mystery, get access to that spiritual evolution, like get into those spiritual development, and overcoming those fears, and like stop juggling those fears of the past, and like what you're being called to do in your future, and this duality inside of you, balance out those energies as well. And put some of your energy into creating this precious balance that you will love, this thing that allows you to have this beautiful sacred time where you can work, but then you can play, and you can love, and you can create, and you can connect with source and the divine. And it won't take from your reserves of energy, but it will add to it, this equilibrium that allows you to just step into your truest self. And, it's that balance, that harmony, and that's what it's calling for. And then as you go out with that King of Wands, like I said, you're inspiring other people to be passionate, to be creative, to see what you've done with how you've risen out of this energy, like the phoenix, and it's like people will be affected by this. It's like this ripple, and it's like you're just finding this beautiful equilibrium, and it's like kind of balancing everything around you that is within your energy field, and people that you're illuminating, and this moon is illuminating all of these things. And it's just such a beautiful imagery and symbolism here with this spread. So I think now is the time to finish up. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope this was helpful. And I know it was a pleasure for me to read this collective energy and this beautiful imagery on these cards. So blessed be.